What's up? This is Ben from WODprep, and today I have a super special video for you. Today's video is all about how to RX more workouts. If you're a CrossFit beginner and you're trying to figure out why you can't RX workouts, this video is really going to help you out. Or if you're an advanced CrossFitter and you're trying to figure out how to take your game to the next level, then today's video, the concepts that I'm going to reveal are really going to help you wrap your mind around what you need to work on next. We're not going to talk about specific skills. I'm not going to give you one hack to cure your double unders, but what I am going to do is I'm going to present a framework. There are 5 pillars of CrossFit success, maybe 6, and we're going to talk about all 5 of them and maybe the 6th one in this video. If you can figure out how to implement and improve all 5 or 6 of these different things, then you will take your game to the next level and you're going to see stratospheric success. If you stick around to the end of the video, I actually have a completely free ebook. It's a 20-page book that I wrote that I would love to give you completely free. It kind of expands on the topic of how to RX more workouts and basically how to get better at this thing that we love called CrossFit. So if you want that, stick around to the end of the video and I will tell you exactly how to get it completely free. So when it comes to getting better at CrossFit and RXing more workouts, first, let's define what RX and scaled are really quick. RX is basically the minimum standards that CrossFit has defined as fitness. So most workouts have things like pull-ups, maybe a barbell with 95 pounds on it, maybe kettlebell swings at a certain weight. Regardless of what the infinite amount of different combinations are, there tends to be general standards for being able to do all of the workouts as Rx'd. Now, in order to be a good CrossFitter, you technically should be able to say, hey, write me a workout within the normal CrossFit parameters, and you'll know that you're going to be able to do it. What happens is that beginners, including myself when I first started, I couldn't do most of the workouts as they were written, as prescribed, as Rx'd. I couldn't do the workouts as they were written, so what I had to do is modify, which there's nothing wrong with that. That's the beauty of CrossFit, is being able to modify, mix and match, scale things down, scale things up, to make it a workout that everyone can do. And that's why technically my grandmother could do a CrossFit workout like Jackie, and I could do a CrossFit workout like Jackie, and we'd kind of get the same level of stimulus. Jackie is a 1,000-meter row, 50 thrusters with an empty barbell, and 30 pull-ups. For me, I could do that workout as prescribed, or if I wanted to make it a little harder, I could scale it up by making the barbell have weight or doing, let's say, chest-to-bar pull-ups or bar muscle-ups or something like that. My grandmother, on the other hand, Gammy, she would probably need to scale things down a bit. She would maybe only row 100 meters and maybe only do a couple, hands, shoulders to overhead with no weight at all, right? Because she's very, very old. And then for the pull-ups, she wouldn't be doing butterfly chest-to-bar pull-ups. Instead, she might just take a band and pull it down from the rafters or from the pull-up bar. But she would be getting the same stimulus. She'd be doing the same movements. She'd be technically working out alongside of me. So with all that defined, it's now time to move on to the 5 pillars, 6 maybe, of success when it comes to RXing workouts. Because let's be honest, it's really fun and it feels very awesome, for lack of a better word, to come into any gym and be able to do what's on the whiteboard. And pretty much now that I've been doing CrossFit for a really long time, myself and most of my coaches and a lot of our athletes, they can go into a gym and say, all right, what you got for me? And do what's written on the whiteboard, because they can do these things that I'm about to cover. Pillar number 1 is body weight strength. So this is kind of the foundation of CrossFit. There's a lot of other different things, and we'll get to them, I promise, so don't get angry at me yet. But the bottom line is that if you don't have simple body weight strength, you are going to be hamstrung. You're going to be prevented from RXing most CrossFit workouts. That's because some form of body weight strength exists in a lot of workouts. I would say most workouts. Body weight strength would include things like just being able to do a pull-up, being able to do a push-up, being able to take my body and jump up onto a box, being able to take my body and do a lunge of some sort, being able to get on the ground and then get back off of the ground, aka a burpee. Being able to do pretty much anything that involves just my body and some sort of movement that needs to be done. So I would say body weight strength is the kind of one of the core pillars of being, one, good at fitness, but also good at CrossFit specifically. And that's because you can't really add this next pillar, pillar number 2, until you have the foundation of strength. Pillar number 2 is body weight skills. So these are kind of more of the advanced gymnastic movements, ranging anywhere from, let's say, double unders to standard kipping pull-up, all the way to butterfly chest-to-bar pull-ups or unbroken bar muscle-ups. These are all skill movements. They require a lot of skill. Usually you can't just raw strength your way through these movements in the body weight skill pillar. But if you don't have the requisite strength, there's no way that you're going to be able to achieve some of the skills. So for instance, a ring muscle up or multiple ring muscle ups. Yes, if you have a lot of strength, like if I have an athlete who's got pillar 1 dialed in, they are super strong, they can do a ton of pull-ups, a ton of ring dips, strict, they're freakishly strong when it comes to body weight strength. I can get them to learn a strict ring muscle up kind of easily, like almost pretty much guaranteed. I mean, I actually do guarantee it. And I've taught, thousands of athletes at this point with the requisite strength how to do things like ring muscle ups. But where we really start to develop the skills are, what does it look like to do 5 unbroken ring muscle ups? Most people won't have the strength, and probably including myself, to do 5 strict ring muscle ups and just rely on the strength. So we need to start adding on some skills. And that's why pillar number 2 is so important, because you're not going to be able to do standard CrossFit workouts like maybe Murph or Barbara or Helen with any intensity without having high levels of body weight skill. If you just have body weight strength and try to go do Murph with strict pull-ups, or you try to get a solid score on Helen with nothing but strict pull-ups, I can promise you that someone with advanced body weight skills, people who've really focused on the pillar number 2 of developing their body weight skills and coordination, they will have far better scores and be much more capable of getting a lot of work done in a shorter amount of time. So these are the first 2 pillars, and they kind of go hand in hand. Is you need to have the body weight strength, so think raw body weight strength combined with body weight skills. So do you have the coordination to string together multiple pull-ups? So that's why pillar 1, body weight strength, and pillar 2, body weight skills, are extremely important. And if you're lacking in one of those departments, then you are definitely going to run into workouts that you won't be able to RX, and you're going to have to modify. Pillar number 3 of how to RX more CrossFit workouts is, you might have guessed it, barbell strength. So without barbell strength, you'll never be able to do the things in pillar number 4, barbell skill, with any effectiveness or efficiency. So again, just like body weight, the barbell, when we actually have a barbell in our hand or some sort of weighted object, we must have strength and skill. Oftentimes, I find that athletes are very biased to either strength or skill. So you have the quintessential barbell guy or barbell girl, and they're really strong, and they can muscle their way through a lot. They're overloaded on things like barbell strength. So they're maybe really strong at pressing overhead. Maybe they're really good at deadlifting. Perhaps they're really good at benches or other strict barbell movements. So they can move a lot of weight, maybe a raw back squat. They put that barbell on their back and they can move a house. So as a review, pillar 4 is all about barbell skills. So we're taking the strength we have and then we're applying it to a skill. Skills could include, but are not limited to, things like 1 rep max snatch, 1 rep max clean, jerk, things like that. But also I would say barbell skills are beyond just Olympic weightlifting. We also have CrossFit weightlifting, which are unique things like being able to cycle hang power cleans, or can you cycle big sets of heavy push jerks by rebounding properly? So barbell skills have a very wide variety. It can also include non-barbell things, so weighted skills like dumbbell snatches or kettlebell cleans or kettlebell swings, right? So like all of these various weighted things, do you have the skills to do lots of them efficiently? If you're lacking in the skill department, you can't really advance in CrossFit, or vice versa. If you're lacking in the strength department, there's no way that you're going to be good at, let's say, a workout like Grace, where we need to do 30 clean and jerks in a row. A clean and jerk is kind of a high skill movement, and that falls into pillar number 4. If you have phenomenal skills at moving the barbell, but you don't have the strength to pick up 135 pounds and get it over your head, then yeah, you might be really good at moving some weight very effectively and efficiently, so you're crushing pillar number 4, which is barbell skills, but you're completely lacking in the strength department. So the RX athlete in CrossFit can beautifully combine all 4 of these pillars. And then the 5th pillar is something that we probably see coming, and that's just pure conditioning, right? Conditioning is just, can we keep our heart rate under control and elevated for an extended period of time? There's some people who, as soon as their heart rate jumps up, they crash and burn, okay? There's probably some Olympic weightlifters that can attest to this, or ex-CrossFitters turned Olympic weightlifters that can attest to this. They have all the skills and they have the strength and they have the skills to move a barbell. But as soon as that heart rate gets up, they just can't contain themselves. I've seen some really high-level weightlifters try to attempt some silly CrossFit workouts with tons and tons of barbell reps, and they're moving weight and their form looks perfect, but they just crumble because they don't have the conditioning to go with it. Can we keep our composure under duress and be able to apply our strength and our skills from both body weight and barbell? So pillar number 5 is, do we have conditioning? And then last but not least, the 6th pillar, and this is one I didn't even have on my whiteboard here to brainstorm, but I realized that this is something that's really important, and that's your mindset. Do you have the mental strength to do a CrossFit workout? And that's, I think, it's almost an intangible that I don't know how to define, but the bottom line is there are some people who have everything. They have they have pillar 1, which is body weight strength. They have pillar 2, body weight skills. They have pillar 3, barbell strength. Pillar 4, barbell skills. And they have the conditioning, but they just don't have the mental fortitude, mental control, or mental discipline to actually apply all of those things to a CrossFit workout. These are people who, yeah, they're going to RX some workouts, but when it comes time to actually do some competitions, or when it comes time to actually be honest and count their reps honestly, when someone else is beating them, not everyone has what it takes to be honest and be a fair CrossFitter, counting their reps properly, actually keeping themselves accountable to the standards of the movement, hitting full depth, making sure they're actually locking out their arms overhead, things like that. So I'd say this is a major component that you see high-level CrossFitters, they have it, and a lot of people with a lot of potential don't. With all that being said, I hope that this video, it's not necessarily my conventional video, but I hope that this video gives you kind of like a framework or a visual reference of like what makes a good CrossFitter. It's like we have all these pillars and they build this foundation of this strong house that is your CrossFit ability. So in the comments below, I would love to know, what is 1 or 2 pillars that you are missing? There's so many different ways to put together a CrossFit athlete. And I want to know, what are you? What are you missing? What are you strong at? Comment below. And that's going to help you focus on what to work on next. And as promised, we've reached the end of the video. I have a completely free training book, a guide that I want to send you. It has rave reviews. It's 20 pages. It's got nice pictures, and it has a lot of really good writing that's going to help take your performance to the next level. All you have to do is go to WODprep.com/ebook. Just all one word, EBOOK. Or you can click the link in the description or the top comment. Normally we pin a comment at the top and the link will be in there. Go there, enter your name and email address, and you're gonna love this book that I send you, and it's completely free, no strings attached. So go check it out. If you read it, I guarantee it's gonna help you level up your performance. And especially if you apply what it says in that book and the things that you learned in today's video, you will have the right mindset to go ahead and attack your weaknesses and become a better CrossFitter that ultimately can RX more workouts. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. Thumbs up if you liked this video, thumbs down if you didn't, and don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Peace. And then after you guys get warmed up for the cleans, we're also gonna warm up this handstand push-up. If you can't do that, we're gonna do pike push-ups or to scale the range of motion. Anyone have any questions? Coach, can you show me that one more time? I missed the whole thing.